Hello friends, the Roman Empire was ruled by the Roman emperors for a long time. The emperor, as King of Kings, was the first citizen of Rome, in Latin princeps civitatis, and responsible for providing supplies to citizens. The emperor, called imperator in Latin, has supreme command over everyone legions of the Roman Empire. A large number of researchers refer to the Roman Empire from 27 BC to 284 AD. This period forms an epoch of classical antiquity. After the end of the Republic, and the subsequent civil war for the absolute rule of Rome, a form of government emerged, that lasted several centuries, and included a third of the world's population. This was the form of government of the empire. Today we look at the 10 most important Roman emperors. A very interesting question is, why some emperors had a reign of around 20 to 40 years and died a natural death. Some were deposed or killed by the Praetorians after 10 years and completely others didn't even survive 1 or 2 years in office as emperor. These questions we will clarify in this video. Number 1. Emperor Gaius Octavius Augustus. As the nephew of Senator Julius Gaius Caesar, Emperor Augustus becomes the first emperor of the Roman Empire in the year 27 BC. With this, he founded the Julio-Claudian imperial dynasty. Until shortly before his death, he ruled the Roman Empire for 41 years. During his reign, Emperor Augustus realized great plans for Rome. His existence has been recorded numerous times by famous Roman font makers. His rule is characterized in foreign policy by numerous wars of expansion. Internally there was a long period of consolidation and peace. This was called Pax Augusta. Number 2. Emperor Vespasianus Augustus. Emperor Vespasian became Roman emperor in 69 AD. Vespasian came from the Flavian dynasty. After the year of 4 emperors and the civil war that followed, Vespasian ensured order and internal stability. He also modernized the Roman legions. During his reign, the economy of the Roman Empire was improved, boosted and led to more government revenue. The saying "money doesn't stink" goes back to Vespasian. This emperor has not missed any source of revenue to fill the state coffers. Under Vespasian an efficient and well-structured tax system was introduced. After his death, the Roman Empire no longer had any debts. Number 3. Emperor Nero Claudius. Emperor Nero came from the Julian-Claudian imperial dynasty, and was the last emperor of this dynasty. Researchers describe Nero as a cruel ruler. Nero was the adopted son of the Emperor Claudius. The Roman writers Tacitus and Suetonius described Emperor Claudius was poisoned by Nero's mother to help Nero gain the emperor's throne. Time was probably of the essence, as stepbrother Nero was almost of age and demanding on the emperor's throne. Crowned as emperor by the Praetorian prefect, Nero later had his stepbrother murdered. The great scholar of the Roman Empire Seneca was led to suicide by Emperor Nero. Because he wanted to marry his second wife Poppaea Sabina, he also had his first wife Octavia thrown out of the way. Emperor Nero was the one who blamed the burning of Rome on the Christians, and then had them executed in a trial. By order of Emperor Nero, the imperial office had the status of a god. In 68 AD, Nero killed himself after being overthrown by the Praetorians and declared an enemy of the state. Number 4. Emperor Titus. Emperor Titus lived from the year 39 AD to 81 AD. This emperor came from the Flavian dynasty. In 79 AD, Titus was proclaimed emperor, and was the son of the Emperor Vespasian. Before his appointment as emperor of the Roman Empire, Titus had an exemplary career in the Roman legions behind him. In 71 AD, he was promoted to commander of the Praetorian Guard. In 73 AD, he was co-regent with his father, Emperor Vespasian. At this time, Titus worked intensively in Roman domestic and foreign policy. Furthermore, before Titus became emperor, he was often given the best recommendation senators, placed for ever higher offices. His manner and his high-quality work made him extremely popular with all senators. During his imperial period, Emperor Titus spent enormous sums to prevent the eruption of the volcano in 79 AD to rebuild destroyed Pompeii. Number 5. Emperor Hadrian. Probably the most well-known legacy of this emperor is Hadrian Wall. Hadrian's Wall was a Roman stone border fortification system. This stone wall was built between Newcastle and Solway Firth, near the present-day border between Scotland and England, built in Britain. This wall was built between 122 and 128 AD. Built on the orders of Emperor Hadrian. In 117 AD, Hadrian was proclaimed emperor of the Roman Empire. Titus lost his parents in childhood. During his reign as emperor, he traveled extensively throughout the empire. In addition, Emperor Hadrian was fit for battle and gifted with a sword, to the point where he could kill a lion alone armed with a sword. On the other hand, Emperor Hadrian did not like war at all. In contrast to his predecessor and mentor Emperor Trajan, Hadrian did not increase the empire's territory. Instead, Hadrian developed and improved the administration of the Roman Empire. After this work by Emperor Hadrian, Rome became the capital of contemporary witnesses, called the Eternal City. Under Hadrian there was a real boom in architecture and building construction. Number 6. Emperor Trajan. Trajan came from the Antonine dynasty. Trajan was made emperor in 98 AD. Under his leadership as emperor, the expansion of the Roman Empire reached its peak. With the conquest of Armenia, Mesopotamia, and the Dacian Empire, Trajan pursued an expansive foreign policy. Before his reign as emperor, he served in the legions of the Roman Empire. In 91 AD he was appointed consul. In 97 AD, Emperor Nerva announced that Trajan would be his successor. A year later, Trajan took Nerva's place. In the first year of his reign, he immediately began to organize and conquer. To plan. In domestic policy he looks after the interests of the Senate. In 114 AD he was given the title of Optimus Princeps, which means something like best emperor. The Arch of Trajan was also built in Benevento in 114 AD. This triumphal arch, decorated with numerous reliefs, has been preserved to this day. On this Trajan is honored as an outstanding emperor. Number 7. Emperor Claudius. Claudius ruled the Roman Empire from 41 to 54 AD. He was an intelligent, well-educated person. Emperor Claudius brought his nephew into politics. He was the uncle of Caligula. Some sources say that Claudius limped while walking due to paralysis, and some letters couldn't pronounce. For this reason, Claudius was laughed at by some of Rome's nobles. After the murder of his nephew Caligula, who ruled Rome as emperor, Claudius initially went into hiding. Since Claudius was the only male successor of the Julian-Claudian dynasty, he was chosen to succeed Caligula. Claudius did not want to become emperor at this point. But his hiding place was found, and he was made emperor by the Praetorians. Under his rule, Great Britain was conquered and integrated into the Roman Empire. In addition, obtaining Roman citizenship was open to citizens, and all provinces of the empire simplified. This facilitated the Romanization and integration of the non-Roman population. The state treasury was handed over to the quaestors. In addition, many colonies were founded outside the Roman Empire. Number 8. Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a great scholar and a philosopher. Marcus Aurelius was the heir to the Antonine dynasty. As a philosopher, he was the last significant representative of the younger Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius reigned as Roman emperor from 161 to 180 AD. His favorite pastime was studying philosophy and Roman law. But he proved to be a talented general in the campaigns of the Roman legions. Marcus Aurelius was such a great philosopher, that many people today more than remember him philosopher, known as emperor. In 176 AD, he appointed his son Commodus as co-regent. Shortly before the victorious end of the Germanic campaign, Marcus Aurelius is in winter. He died of the plague in a field camp in Germania in the year 180 AD. Number 9. Emperor Septimus Severus. Septimus Severus was Roman emperor from 193 AD. This Roman emperor was born in North Africa. Septimus Severus also had a career in the Roman military and was proclaimed emperor by the Roman legions. No Roman citizen had the courage to oppose this appointment, since Septimus Severus had all the legions of the empire on his side. The first official act of Septimus Severus was the dissolution of the Praetorian Guard, who murdered his predecessor in the imperial office. Next, he put together a whole new bodyguard. Septimus Severus was distinguished by his good leadership personality. In 197 AD, he put down some domestic uprisings, and was from then on the sole ruler of the Roman Empire. In 208 AD, he launched a major campaign in Britain to strengthen Rome's position, and made peace with the local forces for the time being. A year later, he died in the town of Eboracum, today's York, England. Number 10. Emperor Constantine the Great. Constantine lived from 270 to 337 AD. Emperor Constantine the Great ruled the Roman Empire from 306 to 337 AD, and was the sole ruler of the Roman Empire from 324 AD. In 326 AD, Constantine the Great decided to become the seat of government for the Roman Empire. Rome was transferred to Constantinople, today's Istanbul. The city of Constantinople received this name only after the death of Constantine the Great, to honor this legendary emperor. At the beginning of the 4th century AD, Christianity was adopted as the official state religion of the Roman Empire. Constantine the Great paved the way for the Catholic Church to become what we know it today. For example, he exempted the Catholic Church from taxes. This was it today, about the 10 most important emperors of the Roman Empire. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please subscribe and also let a thumbs up there. See you soon. Your channel History Best.